YouTube, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a good day. Let's go get the Scion FRS. We're going to be trying to fix this airbag SRS light. I got a clock spring, an aftermarket one. I didn't get an OEM one. And we're going to see if it'll fix. If it doesn't fix, I'm going to go ahead and try to get an OEM one. But I think this will be the fix so that we get the airbag fixed, the horn fixed. And I'm going to show you guys how to install a new clock spring. The reason that it may or may not work on this video is because it doesn't come with the, it's just the actual clock spring. It's not the like chip, the ECU chip part to it. So let's go ahead and see what we figured out. Let's bring the FRS in here. Let's start taking it apart. Okay, so we got the FRS in the garage. So this is the aftermarket clock spring here. This is what we're going to be installing. This is what we think is broken. So I'm going to show you guys how to install that if you need to do this. Should be pretty simple. First things first, you gotta, like we always do, let's disconnect the battery because there is an airbag plugged in and we don't want the airbag going off. I wonder if this is the OEM battery. Toyota. I wonder what the date is on it. I should look. That's crazy. It could be the OEM battery. That'd be crazy if it was. Okay, let's come over here. So we disconnected that. Now I'm going to show you guys, I showed you this already. We've been working on this, I think 2 videos now, 2 or 3 videos. We're just going to come back here and put the flathead screwdriver and pop out the airbag. Okay, so again, I've already showed you guys how to get rid of the airbag. You just push in on the flathead on these. Let's show you. Right here, watch, like that. See that? That's how you do that. Same thing with all these. So it's pretty simple. Once you do that, then you'll be able to have the airbag pop out. Once the airbag pops out, you should be all good to go to unplug the cruise control. We're going to be leaving the cruise control on. Remember, we just built that last video, last FRS video, but this is the part that we're going to be trying to take out right here. We're going to go ahead, and this is probably a 17 millimeter, and we're going to impact the 17 millimeter off to remove the steering wheel. Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, I'm going to do it like that, 17 millimeter on the nut right there. Pretty good fit. And then we're going to take your impact, electric one, lefty loosey, do that. Hold the steering wheel with your left hand and use your right hand to remove this. It'll come off pretty easy. You might have to yank it a little bit, just a little bit, but it'll come out like that. Again, we left the cruise control. We're keeping this steering wheel for now. I probably will go with an aftermarket one. It's a pretty light steering wheel, believe it or not. Okay, this is what you're going to be left with, and this is what we're trying to replace here. You guys see that? So I'm going to show you guys. Next thing we're going to do is remove the shroud, plastic shroud here. So we can just look behind here and get behind here and unplug everything. Make sure that you have this centered. So it says 5 turns on it. There is some lubricant on it. It's normal. It does have a part number on it. And then the aftermarket one is on top of the car. So let's go ahead and remove the 2 Phillips heads here. Okay, got some nice light in here. 2 Phillips heads. This lower part comes down. You just pull it down like that, down. This is a lower plastic. We can set it aside. We'll put it up on the dash. And then the top one, I believe, should just come up. It does. Do I need to actually remove this? No, I don't think so. And we're just going to leave it because it's clipped in. We'll just set it back a little bit like that. Now we have perfect access here. So here's the clock spring. You guys see that? Right there, that's what we're trying to remove. I hope that it's everything on there is perfectly. So we are disconnected here. Let's go ahead and remove the lower one. And then there's this one for the airbag, which I believe takes a little bit more effort. So let's go ahead and wiggle with it. Let's see. I'm going to look around and see how we can remove it. Okay, not that difficult. There is this clip right here. Just push on that lower part right there. That little lower part with the flat head, and it'll pop itself out. So just push, you take a flathead screwdriver and push on that right there. It'll back itself out. Pretty simple. Okay, I think that's about it. Let's look around and make sure there's no other clips we don't break before we pull off the clock spring. So there is one more clip right here. See that right there? 3. 1, 2, 3. Very simple. You'll have your clock spring out. This is the OEM one. Okay, let's look at the aftermarket one and compare. Okay, OEM one, aftermarket. So what they're talking about that you have to remove is this. Now I hope that just fits on there because it doesn't look exactly the same. But let's see if I can pop that off or not. I might have to go back to an OEM one, which thinking about it. I actually didn't know. I thought this was an OEM one, but it does look like this might be able to pop off. So let's try our best to do that now. Okay, so I was able to get so here's the OEM one. I was able to pop the computer off. So this is what's telling you. I think that this might be the issue and not the actual clock spring, the sensor here, but we'll see. I don't know, maybe not. But you can see how it tells the computer what's going on with these two little up and down arrows. It locks into the clock spring and then it tells it where it is. Here, so we're gonna set the OEM one aside, and then here's the aftermarket one. The aftermarket one actually seems lighter, which maybe there's just not as much stuff in there. I don't know. I usually don't do too much aftermarket stuff. Okay, that being said, this is cool because there's actually a pin that holds this one in place, that little orange one. See that little orange pin, so that you don't mess it up. That is pretty cool. And then you can pull it out right before you install that. See here, it does say 5 turns on this one. This one says 5 turns on this one. The only difference between these two is there's a part number on this one, but they both say PBT on them. So what we're gonna do now is just watch. We're just gonna set this in here, and this is a computer, and then we'll click that in there, and we can reinstall, and hopefully it fixes it. So let's do that now. So now all we need to do is put that back on. 3 clips. There's a clip, a little sharp angle there, a little sharp angle there, and those are the things that hold it in its spot. Okay, let's go back. We put it in, it clicked in, 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna do the 3 clicks. 1 click. Okay, got that one. Then we're gonna start with the airbag click. Right here. I'm gonna be nice to it. You don't have to force these things, they'll go in nice. Okay. Should be happy. And then the 3rd and final. Okay. So all 3 of these clicks are in here. Now we have the new clock spring mounted. Starting to look back again like it used to. So once we did those, let's grab the plastic shrouds and hide this back up. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, looking good. Plastic shrouds is on. Again, this is still locked in place. Really cool that they had this pen. Thank you so much. It makes it so easy. I think we're ready to go ahead and grab the steering wheel. To do the steering wheel, I think we might, sorry I lost the light, need to pull this off. So we might need to remove our fun little friend here, this little orange guy. So let's pull that out now and then put the steering wheel back on. Grab the 19mm and then finish it all up. And hopefully this does it. I'm probably gonna have to recalibrate. I have a feeling we're gonna have to use that little, you're gonna have to use a scan code to recalibrate it. Maybe, maybe not. Something kind of cool. This is like a breakaway part. So when I pulled it off, it did break that little thing, and that orange spot is way down in there. I think it's supposed to be like that. I think it's like a breakaway part, which is pretty cool. Now that we did that, let's go ahead and plug in the cruise control right there. And again, I think I'm missing, because this is a lower, I mean, for the FRS, it was a high trim model. Okay, let's get that. I'll make sure that's clicked. Yeah, it's good click. But I am missing. There is one more right here, and I think that's for audio controls. Which I don't know if the previous versions just didn't have those, but I do have the nicer package, so I'm told. Okay, so that's all good now. What we need to do is I just hand tight the steering wheel. We're gonna have to impact that on there, so let's go ahead and do that now, and then we can just plug the airbag in and see if it all works. Okay, I think we're good to go. So I tightened everything back up. Again, the airbag's the easiest thing ever. You just click it in. It's so much easier than the rest of them. I hope that the horn goes off. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it needs to recalibrate. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and try it now. Okay, usually I don't get too excited, but this is when someone honks their horn. But yes, that's a huge win. Huge, huge win. That's, oh, good news. Such good news. So you remember, if you guys last time I did the I installed the cruise control because I didn't think that fixed it. So now what we're trying to do, we're hoping, but we don't know. It might have to recalibrate itself. I might have to clear the codes, but we're hoping, I'm trying to get my foot on this clutch, that this gets rid of the little airbag and the ABS. It may or may not. I hope it does. So I think it's not off yet. I might be able to drive it around for a while and it'll go away, or I need to recalibrate it. So let's drive it around a little bit though. Okay, we went for another drive. It's still throwing these two codes, C1231 and C1201, engine control system malfunction. The reason that was is because I was playing with it while I was driving. I was playing with it to see if I could fix it. And then steering angle sensor. I did reset the little, see that far right one right there? I did reset that and calibrate the steering. They're saying that online it's probably an ABS, so let's go look at all the ABS wires real quick. So I do feel confident that it is, the inside of the vehicle is good. I'm glad I got the clock spring. That didn't work before. That was definitely necessary. There's something here. There's something I think off of this. So, I mean, you can see some of the connectors are really dirty. I just want to make sure everything's connected up here. I think the best idea next is to pop off the front bumper. We'll do that next. And then look around this area to see if there's a connector that's not connected correctly and fix that all up. This does have an aftermarket bumper on it, and it has been painted to match. I do have an OEM FRS bumper, which I'm going to install, and then I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do, have you guys seen the still-in kit for this? STILL, I think they make a supercharger too. I thought it was rod still-in. It's been a company for a long time. I think I should do that on the car. I think that'd be a nice kit. I've been looking for the release version, the 1.0 for the TRD stuff. It looks good. I don't like the rear end that much of it. I actually prefer this rear end with some spats kind of in the corner. The rear end is my favorite of the FRS. It looks really good. I love that little rear end angle right there. But I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll end up getting that still-in kit and doing the whole thing around it. And then I will take the whole car to paint. I will have all the dents pulled because there's quite a few dents. You remember all the trees fell on it. Yeah, and then in the meantime, I might pull the wheels off and paint them black and then throw some spacers on real quick. Wheels are hard to get for this car. It's the same thing as the Celica. They're hard to get. I kind of want another set of those STI wheels for this car. I think that'd be good. Or some authentic TRD ones. Those look good too. I'm kind of rocking that. That'd be cool to have the matching over there as well with the Tundra. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to do a cool little edit for you guys at the beginning of it. And then next video we'll come back, we'll rip the front bumper off and look for some connectors. I want to be using this as a daily driver. Again, it does need a clutch, it slips, you can drive it, it's totally fine, but if you really get onto it, it does slip. So it will be getting a clutch. And then I want to get some headers as well. But I do like the exhaust system. So of course, make sure to like, subscribe. This is how you install a clock spring. Pretty simple, pretty easy. It fixed the horn issue. It should fix the rest of the ABS issues. There's another video on YouTube that had this, and the individual said that he didn't have one of the ABS plugs plugged in. That was one reason. And then the airbag, I think is connected to that. So we'll see if I can find the ABS. We'll go ahead and, but those two codes are usually together. So we'll find it, we'll clean it up. Let's do that, and I'll show you guys what I do next. Like, subscribe, swing by MITSUBISHI.com. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next video.